She's married to Engineer Chisu with 4 wonderful children. Without much, she's our very own Nalongo. It's an honor to have her. Please help me welcome our very own AGE Safina. You are welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Super Lady Jane Epito, one of our international accreditation body. When Mr. Kampala used to be with us, we used to say Opito, and we have Opito accreditation at UPK. And therefore, we used to appreciate that name so much. I want to appreciate and thank the President for giving me this opportunity of having a conversation with Rotarian about my life. And I will just go through my life as a Rotarian, and we shall continue the conversation. On Tuesday this week, Rotarian Irene called me, and she told me that I talk about my Rotary experience. And I was wondering what exactly I'm going to talk about. However, I know that I've been in Rotary, like Jane has read, since 2011. And to me, what came to my mind first was, what is this Rotary that we are talking about, that I have to relate my experience? And going through records available, we all know, and maybe I'm just reminding you that Rotary is a global network, and a global network of people, friends, leaders, problem solvers, who see a world where people unite and take actions to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves. So my experience in relation to that, and also appreciating what Rotary focuses on, of course, in relation to promotion of peace, fighting disease, providing clean water, sanitation and hygiene, save mothers and children, an area that I'm very passionate, because as Jane said, I'm a midwife, I'm a nurse. In fact, every time I deliver the baby, I felt great. And when I see Rotary, Rotary putting emphasis in saving mothers and children, I feel great. Of course, support education, and with our current year's theme of BEREP, and ensuring that local economies grow and the environment is protected. I thought maybe I would share my experience in this way. My Rotary life started in 2011, and I became a Rotarian, and they gave me a number, 8337777. My sponsor was Professor Frederick Bugenyi, a professor of zoology. By then was still at Makerere, and by then was a member of the governing council in an institution that I was serving. I was invited to go and make a presentation on how nursing education go on. And little did I know that it was the first step of my being recruited into Rotary. Of course, as it was mentioned, this was source of the Nile and ginger. And because by then I was working with Ginger School of Nursing and Midwifery. But later, of course, I transferred my service when I came to Mulago to Kampala Daybreak. Now, when I presented, and then I was invited for some other subsequent visit, and later on inducted into Rotary, I did not know, and I always want to share this experience with everybody, that it was an action which was bigger than getting Safina into Rotary, but including the Rotary club that was in my school to be more vibrant. I happen to have been a person, or even still a person, who wants that the girl child is very much protected. And as I was doing that function of protecting, I was somehow stepping on other people's toes, and they found a way of managing me and making me to appreciate what my girls were doing as retractors, but not something beyond that. And that became part of my life, to appreciate that, yes, in Rotary we have elder people, we have middle-aged people, we have young people who can be serving in Rotary as retractors. And of course, we continued working together with them. As I joined the Rotary, and posing on those values as far as my Rotary life is concerned, and to me, Rotary is about friendship. If I can say, what is Rotary to me? It is about friendship. When I joined Source of the Nile, I was mentored and oriented that if you are to be a Rotarian, you had to meet once every week, to attend the fellowship every week, 4 times in a month. We are lucky that now that guideline has been made flexible. And also we are lucky that we now have this virtual fellowship, but by that time we were meeting physically at Crescent Queen and every week fellowshipping. At first, I did not take it seriously, but later I realized that it was a way of creating friendship, and I gained relationship with many people who are in the Source of the Nile. When you talk about Rotarian Peter Isavirie and others, Chatan and so on, then you see how Rotary can help you to gain friendship. Of course, this friendship did not only end there, it has continued. It has continued up to today. That when you talk about Safina and the Rotarians, they say, yeah, that's Nalong. Yeah, that is Hajat. Yeah, that is Doctor. And it is all through friendship that people can appreciate. And that's how I appreciate Rotary. And I've enjoyed this friendship, especially during the year of connecting. I was a bit somebody who thought I would be in office and work and work and work. But the connecting year made me to move out of my office and move to various clubs, connecting every day, every week, and so on. And I want to give appreciation to the connecting presidents and our connecting governor that made life better for me and created a lot of friendship. Now, through the morning crew, of course, Jaja Muzungu, Kate, and everybody that is in the morning crew, Pito Dochi, Nalavla, whatever, and Marion and so on, make me feel a friend to somebody. Now, still Rotary, and as I write to my Rotary, we have General Henry. I see General Henry in Kampala Daybreak. We meet, and we talk and we chat. And we, of course, we had a home hospitality come and visit me and my husband at our home. But later on, we have an introduction at one of my relatives. And whom did I see in the other group that is coming to introduce to our home was General Henry. Of course, life became easy because we are friends. And that is Rotary to me, friendship. Rotary to me is about personal improvement. Yes, I joined Rotary when I was already a principal. a principal, but that had not made me developed. This journey that I've gone through since 2011 has made me to have a different view of various spheres of life. It has made me to appreciate that people can see you, appreciate you, and support you in one way or the other. At one moment at Kampala Daybreak, we were contributing for the blood bank of Mengo, and I made a contribution, a small one, and as a nurse, and I was able to say that, yes, I'm a nurse and I've made this contribution. What surprised me is that somebody can be empathetic to you in what you are doing and what you have contributed, and can top up or match that contribution to make it better. That was what PDG Katongole did when I made a contribution. And because I said I'm a nurse, it was matched and it was great. So that makes me to appreciate and grow as a person and see the world in a different way. And to me, that is Rotary to me. To me, Rotary to me is being an organization of leaders and successful people. I see Rotarians as very successful people. I see Rotarians as leaders. And these leaders who are in this college called Rotary and improving their skills every day to lead, every day to be able to motivate others, to influence others, to manage challenges and so on. Now, I felt this, to me, Rotary as an organization of leaders and being part of my life when I was a connecting president. Leading volunteers is not easy. And making them to think the way you think is also not easy. I was a principal in our offices. We have various documents that guide how you talk, how you walk, how you sit, the standing orders. I'm a civil servant. However, in Rotary, you are leading people of various characters, personalities, background, and you must understand each one of them and manage them accordingly. And to me, I see this Rotary organization as a place that can make you a very good leader, but can also make you to appreciate other leaders and the various styles of leadership. I still, Rotary to me, I look at it as a college of continuous education. And that is another value that I had from my professional background, that as a health professional, from time to time, you have to update your knowledge and you remain relevant to the world of work, to what is needed in the world of work. And now in this Rotary family, you come every week, you find this topic, this topic, this topic, this topic. As a health professional, I've been made a politician, I've been made a manager, I've been made a journalist, because at one moment I see Rotarian General and Kai somehow influencing me in that direction. Maybe a politician being influenced by our governor, Mike Severo, and others. So to me, Rotary is an institution which encourages continuous professional development, and I take that very seriously, and I enjoy every morning as I join Rotary. And now these days, we're even lucky that Monday to Sunday, you can enter in that classroom and you improve your skills. That is Rotary to me. Rotary to me is a place of fun and fun and fun. And the fun you get through fellowshipping, you get through these Rotary dinners that I organize, the district conference and so on, and the various avenues that we go through, the projects that we make, the home hospitality, we have our project at Daybreak, the early childhood project. When we go to those schools as we are establishing them, and one time we went to Bukedea to launch that school of ours, and Rotarian James welcomed us in their home, and it was fun. It was fun, enjoying the food, interacting with the elders and so on, and seeing those children being enrolled into school and so on. To me, I see that as fun, and that is my Rotary life as Safina. Rotary is an organization that is very sensitive to culture. And now I want to talk about this and relating to my belief. I'm a Muslim, but as I joined Rotary, I found other cultural values that I cannot undermine. For example, if a Rotarian is taking his bottle of beer, I will just look on and come to appreciate that. That's how that person is like. And so on and so forth. There are some values that I have, and I've seen Rotarians respecting them. And there are other values that other people have that have been made to respect them. Of course, the diversity, we are not like our former district where we are with Tanzania and Uganda and even others. One time I went to Cape Town and I found a club which had both the white and the Africans. And that is Rotary to me. That's how I perceived Rotary to me. Rotary to me, I perceived it as an opportunity to serve. An opportunity to serve because when I joined the Rotary, I became a member of the Rotary Club of Source of the Nile. But as I was still continuing to be a member, I was given a responsibility of chair membership. And I served as chair membership. When I was looking through the records, I've noted that I've been able to sponsor 4. And one of my people that I've sponsored in Rotary is the president-elect for Kampala Daybreak. That is Rotarian Doros Achan. I sponsored her, I recruited her, I found her in the bank, and we became very great friends. And now she's going to be our president next year, inshallah. So that opportunity to serve and identifying such good people is a very great attribute to me as Safina and as far as Rotary is concerned. I served as a gift of life chair, a treasurer. Of course, you have been told the connecting president, but I also, I'm the first female president, and also is going to become the second female president for Kampala Daybreak. That opportunity, where would I have got it if it was not in Rotary? And to me, that's a great opportunity to serve. And it is majorly provided by Rotary. But also the way we serve, that you serve as the president 1 year, and at the end of 1 year, you give opportunity to another people, and these committees that we form, and everybody is provided an opportunity. The other day we were for induction at Maisha, and the PDG Centum asked the president whether they have put these inductees on committees so that they can serve. It is only in Rotary that you become a Rotarian today, and tomorrow you're on a committee and you are serving. I want to thank our governor, amazing governor, Mike Sebalo, for giving me the opportunity to serve as an assistant governor this year. And I'm available for service. I'm very positive and hopeful that my service for Rotary is not ending this year. I'm still available for service. Rotary, as I conclude, to look at the opportunity has made me to appreciate the value of young people. And as I went to to Mulago, and after going through the experience of Ginger, I realized that there was no low tract club in Mulago. And I was part of the group that initiated the establishment of Mulago School of Nurse and Midwifery Tract Club. And when I see them growing and even able to get awards at district level, I feel great. And to me, that is Rotary. That's what motivates me to remain a Rotarian. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, as I've been a Rotarian, I've learned lessons. I've learned lessons that there is nothing impossible. I was nominated to become the president of Daybreak when I was not there, and Kibedi called me, and Kibedi, that Safina, you are our next president. And I said, how will I manage when I have busy offices? I have to be in office from 8 to 5 o'clock and plan and attend meetings and so on. How will I be able to manage? He said, you will manage. And that made me to appreciate that there's nothing impossible in Rotary. When I became a president, I saw myself being at fellowship before time for fellowship and leading all those whatever meetings that we had. So what is important is your faith and your willingness to do something. That's a lesson that I've learned in Rotary. The other lesson that I've learned in Rotary is that when people talk about you, it is beyond what they expect out of you, is beyond you. It is bring on board many, many, many other things. They are seeing you as somebody who is coming to solve problems or a key to solving a problem somewhere. I've learned that from Rotary, and I don't take it for granted. And then I've also learned that helping people is very rewarding. It is very rewarding. Again, I want to relate to this when we are celebrating 100 years as nurses, and Bishop really came and talked to us. And of course, he was talking to me as a converted person who knows the value of doing good. When you do good, you are rewarded, and sometimes you fail even to quantify the rewards that you have acquired. And it is through Rotary that I've learned that. And of course, I've learned that the principles of Rotary are generic and relates to human. When you are a Rotarian, there's no way you abuse human rights. They put you in a position to appreciate an individual, society, and you cannot go astray. I think, I don't know whether I still have time, but to me, I thought that I would talk about that and share that with you. However, as I conclude, I want to encourage Kampala Daybreak and all Rotarians that let us remain focused. Let us ensure that we get more members into our clubs so that we get more members into Rotary. Let us contribute to the Rotary Foundation. Let us support every venture that comes on in Rotary, because at the end of the day, it is serving more than one person. That's a major principle that I have learned. It is serving more than one person. And of course, let us support one another and remain friends. By the word forgotten, I lost my father, and Rotarians were there for me. That friendship is great. That friendship is great, and you get it from Rotary. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to me.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you very much. Our very own Eji Safina. That was quite a moving testimony. I will just speak one comment that sort of summarizes your journey from the chat room before I invite, I open the question and answer session. This comment comes from none other than CP Ket. Eji Safina, your simplicity, commitment, humility, and consistency is admirable. Thank you for being a great leader and role model. Indeed, always available for service despite a busy schedule. Thank you, AG Safina. I do think that I identify with CP Kate. That summarizes who you are to us and to Rotary. Thank you very much. At this juncture, I would like to call upon none other than your very own PAG James to take us through lead us through the question and answer session. Over to you, PAG James.
I seem not to see PAG James on call, but members who are listening in, please, you're free to raise up your hand and raise your question. In the chat room, I seem not to see any question apart from the compliment from from PP Katie. Kindly raise up your hand if you have something to ask. Epi, it seems there are no questions. The listeners are contented with what AG has shared. And on that note,
I see AG David, your hand is up. David Semakula, please submit.
Thank you, President. Thank you, Egi Safina. I was moved by her testimony, Safina's testimony about diversity, inclusion, and equity in Rotary in her respect, in what she has seen. And I saw that as a plus in Rotary. Of course, when you are talking about equity, when you're talking about the gender, seems to satisfy. When you talk about even the professionalism, you see there is equity along with those lines. You're joining people who are of different professions, and you become very relevant as you join and you utilize your capabilities. As a Muslim, you feel that you are at home, you are not being disadvantaged, or you are not being looked down upon. I think there is a lesson plan how far we have gone in it, but of course to prompt us to do more to make sure that there is diversity, equity, and inclusion in Rotary, so that we bring more useful people from out there to serve Rotary. Thank you, Safina, for sharing that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Indeed, it's an amazing journey. A testimony to the fun that comes with Rotary, a society that is on a mission to serve and also give opportunity to all that join in this service, to be part of this service. I have appreciated a couple of things. Yes, Rotarian Ruth, your hand is up.
Yes, Rotarian President, thank you very much.
Good
morning, all Rotarians on call. Can I be heard?
You are loud and clear.
Yes, good morning to all of you Rotarians and friends on call, more especially my family of Kampala Daybreak. I'm so happy to be on air once again. And what a nice time to be back and hearing this gallant lady of Daybreak, our first female president. I've been so impressed, Rotarian Safina, and you have been my role model. I've been studying you silently and gaining my courage and getting the zeal to serve from you. The fact that you are the first lady president in a club that had been dominated by male presidents, and also the fact that you are such a busy lady, but you managed to manage your time properly for the office, for your work, and then for Rotary. That alone encourages. And I'm appealing to all the ladies in Kampala Daybreak. Let us take on the mantle of leadership, and also let us not give excuses that maybe times are hard, the economy is terrible, but at least let's borrow a leaf from our fellow leaders that have come before us and we learn. Then also another thing, Safina, I kindly appeal to you, try to develop, look at the ladies in the club and encourage them. I know you are very busy and I know actually you've done it, but continue to do it and we appreciate. Then another thing that I learned from Safina that used to bother me, I'm one of the ladies that don't do alcohol, don't do pork, don't do what. So when people went for the home hospitality to her home, she stood to her values. She never served alcohol. She had the capacity to serve the alcohol to those who take it. And you know, the Rotarians, that's a delicacy to most of them. But she served, I learned, I was not there, but I learned that she served the sodas and the water, and people ate and people were merry and people were happy. So that was really an eye-opener to me. I'd always wondered, but if I invite these Rotarians to my home, surely I will just serve them water and juice and soda. But Rotarian Safina showed to us that it is possible and it is important that people should remain true to their values. Thank you, Rotarian Safina. I'm ready to serve. Please guide me throughout, and all these other gallant ladies in Kampala Daybreak. Thank you so much for holding our flag high, and thank you so much for being our first role model. May the good Lord bless all of us. And this is the time I can wish you all a happy Christmas and a Merry New Year, because I'm not going to be around next fellowship. God bless you. Back to you, AG and AP Edward.
Thank you, amazing admin. I'm glad to hear from you. Thank God that you are on steady recovery. Thank you for making it this morning. Yes, we do have another hand from Rotarian Jose. Rotarian Jose, please submit.
Good morning, colleagues and fellow Rotarians. I'm Musoke Joseph. Mine is also to appreciate Rotarian Dr. Museme. Thank you very much, Rotarian. I've learned a lot from the Rotarian, the commissioner. I'm speaking from a working point of view. What commissioner was sharing with us is indeed what she is. At times we speak things which actually don't portray who we are, and at times it leaves quite a number of things to doubt, to think about, especially from the audience or even those people whom we spend time with. But what Commissioner has shared with us entirely portrays who she is, both outside office and even inside office. I just appeal that Commissioner continue with that inspiring heart, that serving heart, whereby you engage each and every person. You don't discriminate whether young or big or whatsoever. So we just wish you the best, and please continue serving humanity, continue serving Rotary. Yes, this is your son, Rotarian Musoke Joseph from UBTEB. Thank you, Madam Commissioner.
Thank you, Rotarian Joseph. It's okay. Rotarian Irene, you can see your hand is up. Please submit.
Thank you so much, AP. AG Safina, Thank you so much for this interesting journey of yours. Mine is that what are some of the challenges or hurdles you've encountered on this beautiful journey of yours? Safina, maybe you can take on that, please.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Irene. I want to appreciate David. Thank you very much for emphasizing diversity and diversity and diversity. When we appreciate it, we will never go wrong. Rotarian Lucy, I take the challenge of helping ladies in Daybreak, but even beyond, to see that they gain the capacity. As I also learn from them, by the way, these days we are more on learner-centered approaches. So as we mentor, we learn more about the people we mentor. So I will take it on, and indeed it is true. I served them tea, I served them water and juice, and they enjoyed. That's what they told me. I don't know whether they were pretending, but they told me they enjoyed. So that was me. There was no way Aluka would enter Haji Kisu's home. No way. That is our value. But it is good to appreciate each one's value as a way of life. Joseph, I appreciate your compliment. And indeed, I had forgotten also to wish people, but I still feel that there are still more days to come. Merry Christmas, and of course, happy 2023. We still have more days to go. Irene, challenges. Challenges are part of life. There is no way you can be in this world and you don't face challenges. One challenge that I faced, one was leading volunteers. You call for a body meeting and people are not willing to come and attend the meeting. But you continue encouraging them. You continue encouraging them until they come. The other challenge I want to be, I think sometimes men remain superior and they want to enforce the superiority on women. And as a Muslim woman, I know, yes, a woman is always there to respect a man, but also a woman has a bigger position in her capacity as a woman. I feel that somehow as a woman leader, somehow, that was part of the challenge that I was facing, but somehow I also used the same opportunity to orient and pass over the message that yes, we are there, all of us as leaders. Is a man or a woman, we are all leaders and we have to manage. And this can continue on, but let us just appreciate. You don't take it negatively, take it positively and use it to improve. So that one is one of the challenges. Then the other one is membership payment. Membership payment, allied dues and so on is still a big challenge to Rotarians. They are not always available. They are not always there. And of course, as we are going through our Rotary year, COVID-19 came in, that cut off the physical fellowship, and raising resources became a challenge. But I'm happy to report that I retained 33 of the Kampala Daybreak members to the next Rotary year. So that was, again, a plus on our side. So that is another challenge that was turned into positive as Kampala Daybreak. Of course, the other challenge was to make members contribute to Rotary activities within the club. And I want to praise and commend Kampala Daybreak. We organized a joint fellowship and all the Rotarians in the Kampala Daybreak made a contribution. It was not easy, but you need to identify people, champions who can do good work for you. And for that, we identified Rotarian Jenny Pito and Irene to lead the fundraising. And all the Daybreakers raised funds to support that activity. So to me, those are the few challenges. Of course, I've already told you about time and my other demanding office duties and so on. But those are the few challenges that I can speak about, Irene. Thank you.
Thank you, Safina. Time
I'm
is not
seeing
our
Mr.
best ally.
Matiama's hand up.
Yes, Lieutenant Frederick Matiama. I think we can have that as our last comment or question. Thank you. Over to you, Frederick.
Thank you, President, and thank you, Safina, for that very good talk. I was like going to ask in Lushoga, but let me do it in English. That Safina, if you found something very interesting, whom would you share with? Because I'm looking around, I don't seem to see my OB becoming a Rotarian.
Safina, you have 1 minute to respond to that.
Even in the seconds, of course, when I have a good thing, President, I share, and of course, amazing President, you are witness to this. I share it with Engineer Kisu. However, as I told you, diversity is a key issue to appreciate. I'm still sweet talking Engineer Kisu to become a Rotarian. However, I'm happy that I've been able to get one person from the family. We have Rotarian Mbeza Takia, who joined. So I will continue. That journey is still on. That assignment is still on. And inshallah, one time, my best friend, Engineer Kisu, will become a Rotarian.
Okay, send my regards, Robbie.
Thank you. Thank you very much, AG Safina, for that moving testimony. May I call upon our Sergeant at Arms, Rotarian Works, to give us the stats. Rotarian Works, are you with us?
President, I'm president.
Yes, please.
Good morning, everybody. I'll start with a quote. The key to life is not accumulation, it's contribution, by Stephen Covey. And I think that's what we have received today. President, we have had 114 participants, 36 Rotary clubs, and 13 Rotaract clubs. Without any further ado, President, I would like to go through the list of Rotary clubs on call. RC Ntinda, RC Makindye, Kampala Springs, Sunday, Saturday E-Jazz, Katakwi Information, Bukoto, Kampala Alebad, Wobulenzi, Lubowa, Werenga, Kiwatule Sunrise, Weyogere Nambole, Chengera, Mitiana, Kasangati, Kasese, Namasuba, Kampala Maisha, Kampala South, Kampala Morning Stars, Jinja, Rubaga Lake View, Gulu, Ntinda Metro, Kampala Metro, Metropolitan, Kampala Palms, Kansanga, Nakasero, Nansana, Manyangwa, Mbarara, Garuga, Nakawa, and Kampala Sese. If I haven't mentioned your Rotary Club, please jot in the chat. And Rotary Club present, Makindye West, Mulago School of Nursing and Midwifery, Kampala North, Makindye, Nsanji, Kololo, Kampala City, Kabalore, Nakawa, Lubaga, Lakeview, Bwebaja, and Mengo. The clubs of the day, President, are the Rotary clubs, which were 13 in number. I also recognize Entebbe RC. Back to you, President.
Thank you. I seem to have left out Justice Vincent Mugabo. Please give us a vote of thanks before we can have the final toast.
Thank you, President, and our DJ on call, Rotarians and friends of Rotary. Dr. Safina, thank you very much for sharing with us. You are very inspiring and amazing Rotary journey since 2011. Fortunately, some of us have been part of this journey and remember your presidents of Kampala Daybreak with fond memories. You have inspired us to grow in our respective classifications, build friendships. You have inspired us to look out for the soft leadership skills and professional development. We appreciate this talk and we appreciate your offer to lead and continue to mentor many of our members. Thank you very much. Continue to inspire us now and evermore. Thank you.
Thank you, my Lord.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's just have 1 minute of your time for the final toast from Rotarian Dorothy Namaga.
Thank you, my president, to all the fellow Rotarians and friends of Rotary on this call. I invite you to charge whatever you have in your hands, if it's a cup of tea, bottle of water, and even those that don't have, please touch the most soft part of your body. And for the excellent fellowship we've had with our AG Safina, let's toast Rotary International.
Rotary World.
Thank
you.
Rotary World.
Great. Thank you for
Rotary Wangala.
President, I request that you allow me to leave immediately. I have another side.
Thank you, Safina.
President, you forget RC Ginger. Mutwagala mutugambe tetujja kudda.
Tubagala nnyo mukomeewo.
This is the second time you're forgetting RC Ginger. If you don't want, tell us. We will not. I will not come back.
It's very
we are sorry. I can't come to hear my sister speak, and you refuse to recognize us. Yeah.
Leero nze nakedde ne nkwata mu mpewo z'abajjajja ne bagamba singa tebiba.
Era gwe wakutte mu kita ne boogera nsangi nefe.
Kati neebuuza
Yes.
Nituza kuhandika RC Ginger aha flyer.
Gatandise abo bamaze okuwa bribe.
Wapi tekisoboka. Omusajja afeeyo yeetonde bw'aba tayagala kwetonda. Next week siriyo.
Rotarian Works yeetonze.
On behalf of Rotarian Works, banange musonyiwe.
Abeeyayogere bw'atayogere temujja kunda.
Burusi oyombanga mukazi.
Jajja muzungu.
Bruce, it seems he's sorry. It seems he's sorry.
Nze nange tebansomye naye nga sina kye ngamba.
Jajja muzungu already
Jajja muzungu.
Wabimanyira ebyobutakusoma. Samwe ebyobutasoma wabimanyira.
Sebo country chair ninze nga toyogera ku Nansana nze ne nnyingira
anti nze bansomye kubeera bakimanyi nti Daybreak amamemba.
oyagala nekalaka senga
Teweeyambula ssebo tuyambe leero lwakuna.
Jajja Muzungu
Leero lwakuna ate lunaku lukulu nnyo.
It's a Black Thursday. Ate tuli ku 16 days of activism.
Nze kankubuulire leero nakedde kukwatamu. Bwe nakutteemu era ne mbagamba leero.
Afazaali gwe.
Kati neekwataako. Nze nafunye we nkwata switch nagirabye.
Jajja Muzungu twali naye awantu. N'agamba nti mmwe mwagala abantu nga balamu mbakyayi. Abantu baatandika ne batandika Jajja Muzungu kisonyiwe. Jajja Muzungu kisonyiwe. Obutunda ne butandika okubuuka.